Alright folks, welcome back to more Star Wars land. So if you watched my last video, those were kind of the general walk around Star Wars land. This kind of happens smack dab in the middle of it. It's its own ride, it's its own popular ride, so I thought I'd make a separate video for it. But if you're looking for a comprehensive viewing of Star Wars Rise of the Resistance ride at Disney World, go elsewhere because I really flubbed this up. Like I said in the last video, I'm going to post it anyway. I got some pretty good footage in the beginning, I guess. Maybe I'm selling myself just a little short, but I totally bonked this whole thing. Yeah, so like I said, if you're looking for a comprehensive viewing of this entire thing, leave right now. You're not going to find it here, unfortunately. There was a kind of a big miscommunication between my friend and I. I was kind of used to, at this point, not being able to film the roller coasters because most of them are like inside and dark, and plus they make an announcement like, hey, no cameras, whatever. And, I could probably sneak it on there, but I'm not trying to cause any trouble most of the time. And I kind of assumed this would be more of the same thing. So I walked in here full knowing I had about a 20% battery. And to be fair, my friend did tell me, from what I remember, maybe I'm misremembering, she's like, yeah, there's some stuff in the beginning you can film. And I'm like, okay, I got, enough battery for that, is what I was thinking. Yeah, I know it was running low, but I figured, okay, a few things in the beginning, whatever, I'll probably be able to make it. So that's kind of what I did. So most of the stuff I filmed in the beginning. We got to a room after the battery died, and I can try to explain this. So I usually do my GoPro on a floaty stick, it's a floaty stick. It's for the water. It's a stick. Put your camera on, it floats. So if you drop it, you got it. But I kind of use that to walk around with too. But the way that it screws into the mount, the battery case or the battery cover is blocked. At least it was. I never 100% my fault because all I had to do was turn the camera around, and I've been doing this wrong for years, and I didn't really think about it until this happened. But so the way I had it screwed in, oriented, when I need to change the battery, I got to unscrew that thing, pull it out. Otherwise, I can't get the battery cover off. So I got to unscrew the thing, take it off the stick, open up the compartment, pull the battery out, put a new one in. I mean, you need like 4 hands to do this. And so I was just having a really tough time, like in the middle of this, called a ride, changing my battery because of that. And we were like trying to walk from this room to that room, and I'm like fumbling around my batteries and trying to unscrew this thing, and it just wasn't happening. So I lost a lot of footage because of that. I've come to learn, hey, all I need to do is just flip it around 180 degrees, screw it in the other way, and then I can keep the camera attached to the stick and have access to the battery cover. It's I don't know why it took me 4 years to figure that out, but better late than never, I guess. So one good thing did come of this anyway. But what you're going to see, again, I'm not going to talk a whole lot because it's mostly the show, and I don't want to talk over that. But what you're going to see is mostly the stuff in the middle. You're not going to see any of the ride, which is very cool, by the way. The cars that you're in, so you kind of sit in cars, and it's like the whole premise is you're these rebel recruits to fight the resistance, and you're getting transported to some camp, I think, and you get intercepted by the evil dark side. And what is their name? That's pretty pathetic. I should know that. But they capture you, and then they bring you into the interrogation room, and then it's like, so the ride is like your buddy's coming to bust you out, So the whole ride is you in this car, called a car. It's not on rails. It is kind of a free moving car, but there's lines on the ground. And so I know the guts of how this thing works is there's computer imagery, something going on that's reading the lines on the floor and knows where to drive this car. So that part was pretty cool because it wasn't actually on rails. So there was that, and then it was very well done in terms of the, they got like, oh man, statues, robots is whatever, you mash those together. I'm sure there's a word for it, but they got like Kylo Ren coming up, and it's like an actual thing, and it looks like he's yelling and screaming at you, and so they got like figures like that, and your car is bouncing around, and sometimes it kind of falls down a shaft, and your stomach drops out, and the whole thing was cool. I didn't film any of that, so you're not going to see any of that. But I wanted to post what I did have. Just going to put that up front, so if anyone stumbles across this looking for the full version of Rise of the Resistance, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go elsewhere to see it. But enough rambling, like I'm wont to do. Let's get into it. Oh, and one more thing, just real quick. I don't know what we're staring at here exactly. Some kind of hologram. Very cool. I already forget her name from the movie. It was like a one-syllable thing, too, wasn't it? It was Finn and... Anyway, I don't know. I assume this is the same kind of technology that, allows Tupac to perform on stage with Snoop Dogg. Those kinds of things. But, yeah, that in itself was pretty cool. The BB-8 drone was pretty cool. I'm sure that thing's on rails somehow, but, it didn't really look like it from where we were standing. But, all right, just want to interject that one point about the coolness of what we're looking at. And finally, let's get to it.
BB-8. Prep the ready room for recruits. Commander 9-9, please report back.
Is everyone assembled? Good. Shouldn't you be in flight prep? Recruits, thank you for joining the cause. A covert resistance team led by my friend Finn has infiltrated a First Order Star Destroyer that is now headed to this system. Your outpost on Batuu is no longer safe. We have transports waiting to take you to General Organa's secret base on Pakara. I'll regroup with you there. The Resistance desperately needs your help in our fight against Kylo Ren and the First Order. Remember, it is vital that you keep the location of the Pakara base secret. Lieutenant Beck, one of our top commanders, will lead you.
Affirmative. Transport is ready. 9-9 and I shall personally see them delivered.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Welcome to the cause. May the Force be with us.
Commander Paul Dameron and a squadron of X-Wings shall escort us to the rendezvous point on Pakara.
Roger, this is Black Leader. I hear you're a fine-looking group of recruits.
No need for
Deck is in motion. Recruits crossing to transport.
Are you actually getting it?
Initiating reflight sequence on deck 3 from Pakara.
I'm staying right here.
Check the binary motivator.
Down here?
Yes, I just want to be sure.
All recruits must be on board now. Transport is away in 30 seconds.
Good. Yes, check the hyperdrive also.
Transport takeoff in 20 seconds.
Maybe just spinning.
Airspeed sensor. Thank you, 9-9. Black Leader, are you and your team ready?
Affirmative. Engines are hot. Red 2, Blue 5, report. Red 2, check.
Blue 5 standing by.
Affirmative. Hyperdrive systems normal. Main reactor. Are you sure? Hang on.
So just real quick, you're looking here at the aftermath of my bonk job. So this room apparently is supposed to be kind of a big photo op room, but at this point we were intercepted and taken prisoner, and I swear the actors on site were telling us to move along, let's get going. And I'm fumbling around trying to change my battery. We were in this room probably for like, I don't know, 3-4 minutes at least. And the entire time I was just struggling with this battery change. It was pathetic. And I finally popped it in as I was walking out the door. And so this was like the kind of the last look, on a way out. And I wish I had gotten better pictures of this. But anyway, so I did have battery change at this point, but I didn't know that I could take the camera out on the ride. I thought it was going to be dark. I didn't know what to expect. So that's why there was no footage of me and the actual, or not of me, but of the actual ride in the cars following the lines on the floor. All right.
You got it a little bit. Yeah.
Deal with the battery change. Yeah, thanks. I was still trying to screw the camera back into the stick at this point. That's why my fingers are on the lens so much, because that knob is broken, so it doesn't really, it can screw past the screw. Changing batteries is a pain, man. You need like five hands to do
Well,
it.
you should see, like, if you're trying to get low, do it ahead of time.
Well, I didn't know this was going to be a videotaping thing. I thought it was going to be like an Avatar ride or something.
One of the lines this way.
How many more units? 4 of you will be on red, 2 of you will be on blue. 4 on red, 2 on blue. My remaining 2, you will be on blue here. Okay. 2, you will join blue. How many in your units? 4 on. If you have any bags on at this time, including anything on your backs, over your shoulders, or around your waist, remove them and hold them in your hands. When this cell door opens, I will instruct you to enter based on the color you have been provided. You will find this color on the floor of the cell and you will stay on it there. Do we all understand? Do we have any questions? No,
No tenant.
Good.
And yeah, so that's the end of it. I'm sorry, that's all I got. From there, we went to another room where we were being transported to jail or something. You gotta love the professionalism of the actors here. They're called cast members. You know, they're doing their best to look tough and mean, but also, you know, explain the rules about the bags and things. It was just kind of a funny line they were walking. But we went into another room, and then there was like this pretend lurch in our car or something, and then something started welding through the wall, and it was one of the rebels coming to free us, you know. So we run through the door and get in these cars, and that's when the whole ride starts, and I didn't film any of it. I'm so sorry. I'm sure that if you're interested, and it is cool, there's tons of videos on YouTube that you can look up to find and live the experience. I might do it myself because it was very cool.